For years, women have dominated the talk show world. We know, y'all got a lot to talk about. So do we. We're going to discuss all type of topics. We got a different perspective, a different point of view. We're going to talk about local, national news, social media, trending topics. Welcome to Trendnation. Gentlemen, we hear you all?
Yes, finally.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, we can open up this panel discussion right now. What if I told you guys Chicago had the chance to get 50,000 new jobs? What do you think about that?
That would
That's
be good.
good. That's amazing.
Amazing.
Get a lot of people off the streets.
Get a lot of people off the streets.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if y'all heard of this small company named Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Amazon ain't
Amazon. A little company. They're looking for a new headquarters.
Okay.
They're looking to expand outside of Seattle, and is actually in the running for the opportunity to house them, so to speak. Mm-hmm. It's going to come with some give and take, unfortunately. I was reading this article in the Washington Post, and I saw that Amazon, they would definitely drive up the economy in that particular town. Mm-hmm. But bringing 40 to 50,000 jobs to a city is also going to cause some problems to the infrastructure, like the housing, okay? That's going to be an issue. Mm-hmm. Also, people that lives in the city, them being able to commute and things like that. Traffic. So, oh yeah, no doubt, traffic. So what do you guys think? Would this be a good thing for Chicago? And how will we be able to, I guess, balance this type of new situation that can definitely develop in our town?
Well, one question I would wonder is exactly where will we be setting up in the city? Because that's going to be key because, like you were saying before, we have traffic. A
lot of it.
What, 2 o'clock? That's about when rush hour start. 2 o'clock from like 2 to 7. So that's one thing, you're dealing with traffic. So again, it really depends on where it's going to be located. But overall, I think 50,000 jobs is going to be pivotal, especially for Chicago, because our employment rates here it's kind of rocky right now.
It is.
So it would be really good, and this also adding $50,000, and this is going to be for people who have skilled workers. So a lot of people that's coming in.
And that's true. The only thing is,
Are those 50,000 positions for Chicagoans?
That's the difference. And that's what's going to make all the difference in the world, because in Seattle, they were holding positions and also housing for those people that's going to work for Amazon. So could this be a blessing in disguise, or could this be something that is more negative, to happen in Chicago?
I think it has to come with some stipulations and, excuse me, I mean, they have to be able to offer the people, the residents of Chicago, those positions, because we don't want them bringing in 50,000 other people from other cities, states,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're already oversaturated, I believe, with just the whole, I guess, building of the different high rises that they're doing, even in the community in which I live in. So, but I mean, I think it could be a good thing, but it just has to balance out.
Yeah, that's the part of the infrastructure he's talking about. Once you bring the 50,000 jobs in, are you bringing in additional 50,000 people? Or are you just going to actually use the 50,000 people that are here in this area? Exactly. And I think that would be beneficial to us.
I think so too.
Yeah.
The great thing about Amazon looking at Chicago, and if we do get the chance to have them as a new company here, it's definitely going to boost the economy in Chicago.
Oh, yeah,
They
definitely.
act like Chicago's so broke. Yeah, maybe we are. The state is. But from this report, Amazon contributed to $30 billion in the local economy, as also as much as $55 billion in spin-off benefits. That's a lot of money.
That's a whole lot of money.
A lot can happen. You know?
Exactly. Because if you're talking about 50,000 jobs, you're talking about 50,000 people paying taxes that are paying into the state, the city, in order to build up our infrastructure.
Right.
Possibly get some of these construction workers off the street so we can get from point A to point B. That might help.
Yeah, I'm tired of everywhere I go. It's like construction.
I feel like I am actually trapped in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
So,
mine too.
I have to actually leave earlier. I mean, not complaining,
course.
because Chicago is one of the most beautiful cities
Yes,
in
it
the world.
is.
Yes,
But
it is.
I just feel that I'm kind of like trapped by construction, because I have to leave early because I don't know if I'll be able to use that street going towards where I'm going. So, the construction is a problem. You have summer, you have winter time, and you have construction time. Those are the two seasons.
You're right.
in
There's only two
Chicago.
seasons in Chicago. We don't have seasons anymore. Construction, winter, definitely. I think it would be a great thing. I would love to see this happen. More jobs is definitely a good thing. It's a positive thing for the city. We have so many homeless people. We have so many people that's underemployed, and this can definitely be something that can shape our town, our city, in a positive way. Definitely. So, I guess we'll just keep a look and keep an eye out for that.
What's the expected time?
So, it's going to be a while.
Okay.
It looks like so many different articles are coming out daily.
Okay.
Cities are updating. Everyone's trying to throw their bid in. A lot of cities don't even have the infrastructure. Amazon is saying they need like 8 million square feet. 8 million square feet just to get in the game.
Right.
So I think it's going to really eliminate a lot of cities right off the back. I think a lot of them are still trying to plug away, even though they don't have that type of size. But because the benefit of having Amazon in your town is very lucrative. So
Right.
yeah,
Exactly.
but
Okay. So we're for this.
Exactly.
we are for it.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to be take a break right now. Trendnation.
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 First, second. Need a shot after each segment.
Welcome back to Trend Nation, and today we have Al Shabazz, who is the owner and CEO of FaceWorks. Can you please tell us something about this product called FaceWorks?
Yes, sir. First, I want to say all praise be to God for allowing me to be among you auspicious guys. You're great people, and special thanks to Dante Rice for offering this invitation to come and talk about my product.
Yes, sir.
But I forgot what you asked me before.
Well, that's good. That's why
we do here.
Right, that's what we do. We bring these new questions back up.
All right.
So, just want to really know though, what is it about FaceWorks? What is FaceWorks exactly?
Well, FaceWorks is a aftershave product. Primarily, it's aimed, it's universal, but it's aimed at the black man. For years, we really didn't have an aftershave product that would work for us. And, it's, again, all praises being to God, He allowed me to achieve a formula that enabled me to shave, and I might want to back up. When black men shave with a razor, between 45 and 83% bump up as a result of shaving with a razor. This is a worldwide number. Also, females who shave, certain parts of their body, if they're prone to bump, they're going to bump as well. In the Caucasian race, it's about 17% that bump up as a result of razors. So, it came about to solve a problem that I had myself personally.
So it sounds like it's a razor bump eliminator.
It is a razor bump eliminator, but not only that, it conditions the skin. If you have any itching problems, it will take care of that. It has an antiseptic, so if one of your children scratch themselves, you can put the FaceWorks on that scar, and it will painlessly heal it. It has, again, it conditions the skin, protects the skin, and fights irritation, which is the cause of razor bumps.
Nice.
What made you actually create this formula? You said that did you have razor bump issues?
That's a great question. That's a great question, Ron. And what happened was, you know, I was around 21. I had my little peach fuzz and never had shaved. And I was lucky, fortunate enough to get a job at General Electric Company. When I got hired, the manager says, you know, you got the job, but you're going to have to shave that off your face. And I'm being nice with that.
Oh, yeah.
And
We appreciate that.
No problem. Company car, expense account, I shaved right away. You know, I went and got me a razor and shaved it up. And about 24 hours later, I thought I had got a disease or something. My face just broke out. It just broke out, and then over the course of time, I was trying to use this product and that product to deal with it, and I had to endure this for a long, long time. About working in GE for about 3 years, I became the #1 salesman in my area, and in a corporate America, when you're #1 salesman, they really don't care how you look, as long as you bring that money in. So what I wanted to do, since I couldn't shave, I wanted to grow a beard.
Okay.
I was trying to grow a beard like Teddy Pendergrass, but it didn't. Yeah, but it didn't. You know, it didn't grow like his. You know, I had little spots where it wouldn't grow, and you know,
about those
yeah, you know, and so that didn't work. And then some of my customers at that time, you're talking about early 80s and whatnot, very conservative, and they wanted the salespeople to be clean shaven. Right. And there was no understanding about, well, we couldn't really do that. I mean, even blacks in the military have that problem because they want you clean shaven, but when they shave. So, you know, I went back to shaving. I had bumps on top of bumps. I had, you know, black all down in here, and I thought I was pretty. And that couldn't go. I had a little chemistry in school, and just enough to make me dangerous, just enough to make me want to. But the key piece was King Tut came to Chicago, and
I remember that.
The first King Tut came, and I became kind of an Egyptologist, and I got into Egyptian stuff, and I ran across a substance that they used to use, and they used it all over their body, and a natural substance. And I made it my business to find out what that ingredient was. Wow. And God blessed me. He led me to the ingredient. I found that ingredient. It had all what I was looking for: anti-irritant, anti-itch, skin conditioner, and also it kills germs. Antiseptic, right? It had everything in that.
Yeah, you know what? Funny that you brought that up. I used to just grow hair like right here in the middle of my cheek.
Yeah.
And I had like sideburns, and I had a goatee.
Yes, sir.
It looked really weird. Like, what's wrong with the boy?
Yes, sir.
Now, when did you actually come up with this invention? When did you start producing it?
Yeah, well, again, I was with GE still, and I really, when I found the answer, I wasn't thinking about selling it at all, you know, because we all have different genes. The black man in America is, you know, telling who you mixed up with. So I didn't think that.
I have Levi's.
There you go. You know, so, you know, I didn't know. It worked for me when I put it together, and I put it all together, and it, boom. I had, in my customer base, I had one black customer. And you guys are probably too young. There used to be a restaurant chain called Chi Chi's. Chi Chi's. And when you walked into Chi Chi's, there was a bird of paradise when you walked through the door, and it glowed. Now this is during the black light area. So I sold lighting. I sold all this kind of lighting that we're under here right now. And the brother used a fluorescent plastic, and I had a black light. And he bought my black light, and he had he had a contract with all the Chi Chi's in the nation. And he was a great customer. And what it was, when I first called on him, I had a beard. And then when I worked up solved my problem, I came in clean shaven, and brother, what did you do? And I'm thinking I had messed up my face some more, you know. He said, no, it looks good. Look, and he had a beard. He had the beard I wanted, black and glistening and full. And he really didn't want that beard, though. He was wearing that beard for the same reason that I had been wearing mine. And so he said, man, give me some of that stuff. I said, okay, I'm giving it to you, but there's no guarantee it's going to work for you. Right. And but when I came back, I see him every month or so. And I come back around, and he almost wanted to kiss me, but I didn't roll that way. So he was looking good, and then it was liked by me being a salesman naturally anyway. We're always, another name for us is opportunists. Absolutely. And so I'm looking, I said, ooh. So I made up a batch of 20, and I gave it to 20 people who had the problem. 18 came back positive, and that was good enough for me.
What year was that?
We're talking about, I'm getting old times now, but in the 80s, maybe mid-80s, something like that, 85. So and then around 93, we formed a corporation.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, 93 we formed a corporation, Prize Incorporated, because under Prize I wanted to do multiple products.
So is this the only product that you have now?
Yes, sir. This is it right now, yeah.
What is your competitive differential? What makes you different than besides the secret product that you know? Are you going to share that?
I know, that's what I'm going to have. What's up with that?
So they got all of this antiseptic and that secret product, that secret ingredient.
Yeah. Well, I think if I can understand the question right,
what makes this product, what makes us purchase this product and not something else that they're selling?
By me having a problem, I kind of went through all the products out there, and I used to go to all the black expos hoping that somebody, a black man, would invent something. They did come out with the black man's razor, and I used that. And
how did that?
And what it did, it rolled over the bump, because the other razors were sliced through the bump.
Okay.
The black man razor had it was made such a way that if you had a bump, you rose over it. You didn't get rid of it. And Noxzema, and I didn't want to use the Magic Shave because of the ingredients in that. Having tried everything and nothing worked, again, necessity is the mother of invention. And so most of the products we use are standard products made for the majority population. They make it for themselves, and we try to find it, but our skin, I'm sorry to tell you, is a little different. It's sensitive skin, very sensitive skin. And so having not found anything and searching diligently, again, in my younger days, I was very vain. And well, I was concerned about how I looked.
Hey, trust me, me too.
Yeah.
We actually had to
Trendy Beat correspondent. In this segment, we're going to pose a question to the gentleman. We have a question out there from social media, and the question is, does a man really want an independent woman? So we had quite a few people who responded to this. Candace Williams stated, it actually depends on the man himself. If a man is very secure about himself enough to that point, then he won't have to have a problem being with a woman who is able to have her own and is able to take care of herself. Then we have Ina, who states yes, and he is secure with himself and has a relationship with God. Isn't that important? Nene Price Williams said a real man have no problem with this woman being financially independent, emotionally independent, and physically independent. She is a reflection of him. Thomas Nance says, this is a gentleman, I do. I want a woman to be able to show up, show out, whether I'm there or not. Isn't that interesting? And we have two more here. So what we want to do is, we'll get to those two later, but we want to get this question answered by these lovely gentlemen here, these handsome men we have sitting in front of you, Trendnation. Let's see what they think. We can start with Christopher.
Oh, wow. You know what? It's kind of like a double-edged sword. No, I'm not about to say anything
Don't
crazy.
get cut, Chris.
I'm not going to get cut. Okay. You know what? It is a good thing to actually have a woman that has her own, Because as a man, you don't want to have to just like pick her up all the time. You're going on a date, you know. But you know, you as a man, you're supposed to have some things yourself too, you know. So you know, it's best that they're both probably employed. They both have cars. If she doesn't drive, you know, that's fine. You know, you might have to pick her up every now and then, or maybe call an Uber. But you know, you want even though it's very difficult to actually have a 50-50 relationship with somebody, because it's never 50-50. Even if you get married, it's not going to be 50-50. Someone actually is going to be pulling more weight than the other. It's just the way that it is.
That's true. Well,
Yeah.
what do you think, Derek?
Well, the way that my mom raised me was not to depend on a woman for anything. So, I mean, she taught me how to cook, clean, wash clothes. So, you know, when a woman comes to the table, she has to have, she has to at least have what I have or more.
Okay.
You know, so an independent woman is very necessary for me because I'm always booked and busy. So I don't want somebody to come to help supplement my stuff. You got to have your own. You know, you have to be a whole person or whole egg. Me and my friends say a whole egg by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So when we get together, you know, I mean, it could be on my dime, your dime. I preferably pay for everything. But at the end of the day, you know, if something was to ever happen to one of my streams of income, then she'll be able to be like, look, baby, I got you, you know, something like that. So, I mean, it's very necessary.
Gotcha. Okay, Dante. What's your thoughts on the subject?
You don't want to know my thoughts on this subject.
He want to know your thoughts. He like a barefoot and pregnant.
Girl, you ain't got to worry about that job.
I'm just saying. Well, you know, independence is such a strong word when we're talking about women. Because it can be so taken out of perspective, I think. So I guess sometimes I always wonder, you know, when we look at independence, you know, it gets a little mixed up. You know, women, they feel like being independent is having their own money. We actually had this talk recently, and somebody brought it up and said, you know, is being independent, I don't need a man. Okay.
So it's the independent mindset.
So, right.
Like,
Right, it's kind of like, so what part of independence are we talking about?
So it's basically too vague. Is that what you're saying? Like it's
No, I just, you know, I'm the type of person I always like to dig into it, especially when we're talking about independent women. But I blame Beyonce. I'm sorry. Beyonce, if you're watching, I love you. You were beautiful.
You gotta take that back, man. We're gonna mess around and lose a
I
lot
love
of viewers right now.
Don't let the beehive get at you.
I don't want no trouble, B.
we talking about
I don't want no
financial-
trouble.
Killer Bee is coming. Killer Bee is coming.
But no, in all seriousness, I love independent women. I love people or women that can make their own decisions. I was raised that you want a woman who is your rib, who is very supportive, understands what support is, and is willing to be submissive. So I believe in independence as far as independence.
Submissive like R. Kelly submissive?
Well, then the question becomes, at what age?
We're gonna have to edit that out.
we're not gonna even. We're gonna let Christmas sit right there.
I'm just asking.
Well, we want to, but that's good to stop right there, and that's pretty cool. You know, you came back. You came back to us. But Ron, we have not heard from you.
You haven't heard from me yet.
All right.
Do I love an independent woman? Yes. I totally agree. You made very good points. I totally understand what he was saying. It can be taken in a very, very vague way. I feel like our moms definitely went to school together. Cleaning, cooking, all that, be able to do everything yourself. I come from that school. You know, my grandmother, they all taught us boys to make sure you can do all these things on your own, because what if your wife can't cook? You know, what if she's not the best homemaker, so on and so forth. So when it comes down to having a woman that's independent thinking is very important. Her being able to, like if you go to dinner party or if it's like something business related and you have to go and network. Sometimes you might not have your mate have to be on your hip the whole time. She can go and work that room herself. That's another way of having a woman that's independent. So that's very, very important. Having a woman that has her own career, her own ideas, her own hobbies. Things like that is very important because I'm a busy person. I have things going on in my life. So do I like my woman up under me all the time? It's great. But I still got to go and make moves, and I need her to make moves too. And one of the people that left a comment which said reflecting her man's, that's exactly right. She's supposed to reflect your light. So whatever it is that you're walking out there, you're doing those things, she's supposed to reflect that same way too.
Oh, great answer.
And to the Beehive.
You got to clean that up.
No, I got it. You got it. Beyonce and Jay-Z is a perfect example
I was gonna say that.
of their
I was gonna say
reflection
that. I was
of
gonna
independence. Perfect example.
I agree.
And to R. Kelly, I'm sorry. I don't want to piss nobody off. I'm sorry.
I have two more really quick ones. Paulette Evans say, no, they say they do not, but soon they get one, just one, they get threatened by her independence. What do you think about that?
Because they dealing with some weak dudes.
Ooh.
That's you know, if you're gonna be this independent woman, you should be looking for an independent man, or you should at least have somebody to match your swag. So I mean, it's one thing to be this independent woman, but at the same time, you have to not subject yourself to, because it's a lot of independent women that like men that take care of them, you know, or to. It's a lot of independent women that
Taking care of a lot of men.
exactly, and then they that's what
Exactly.
These were great answers from our social media, great answers from you all, and it's just awesome. We learned a lot from each other.
Yeah.
Big, little, small, and Beyonce and R. Kelly. We done learned a lot up in here.
Don't want no
But
trouble.
we would like to thank you so much for tuning in with us. I am once again your trendy beat correspondent, Phoebe Craig.
Well, all right, everybody, thank you all for tuning in. This was our first episode. We're looking forward to doing this again very soon. Chris Greer, Derek Dick, me, Ron Russell, Dante Rice. We are Trendnation. We will be back. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, Trend Nation.